Okay, I'm with Becky again, and we've got a question online from person asking, Becky, did you ever have any cover-ups or cover-ups of the scars? Can you share some experience?
Yes, I have had cover-ups. I have had laser and then had cover-up, and I've also had scars covered up. So Tommy years ago did a piece of mine, and I unfortunately got bit by a dog, and they took a chunk out of my skin, so I was left with quite a large patch of skin which had no tattoo. So after it had fully healed, after 6 months, I came back to Tommy, and Tommy tattooed the area, and it's completely invisible now, like you can't even see where the scar was. It does depend on the scar. The scar was sort of like sunken it in. If you have like a raised scar, obviously it can look like a little bit distorted, but if you have the right piece put on top, it can look incredible. Like, it obviously just depends how talented the artist is.
You can incorporate shapes of scars to tattoos sometimes, like if there's a scar have a specific like rounded shape or long shape, you can incorporate that into the design so it disappears better. The only thing about the scars, what sometimes can make them be visible, is reflections, because they are raised and they are more glossy. Sometimes in certain angles you got the glossy reflection on the skin and they can show some patterns of the scar. But if you do very detailed design and you hide the scar, only people who knew the scar was there before, they will say it, because it's like stored in your memory. Every other person who never seen your scar before is not even gonna notice it. So working with scars is quite effective in terms of doing tattoos, and it can be life-changing for lots of people who trying to desperately cover them for years and hiding themselves. Sometimes tattoo can bring that brave spirit to you because the scar is not visible anymore.
I definitely advise going to somebody who is experienced with tattooing scars, not just some random,
the artist who works with scars, must have a portfolio to show you the examples of the scars that have been covered. Because if they never done work with scars, they probably don't know what to do with them.
The skin is different. It's
slightly different. During the tattooing as well, scars, when they freshly tattoo it, they erase temporarily, so they look quite bumpy, similar like stretch marks. And obviously after tattoo is healing, that stretch marks effect going down and disappears. But during the tattoo, the scars can pop out even more than they was visible before, just because they swell up differently than other parts of the skin. Okay, so I'll show you some examples at the end of the video. Next question that people ask very often is when a tattoo is ready to be covered, when the scar is ready to be covered. And that's a very individual case, because every scar is caused by different type of wound. It can be a deep wound, a big accident, can be a deep surgery. Those scars will be recovering longer. What I mean longer, it can be even few years. With the shallow injuries, you don't have to wait that much. Sometimes few months of healing is enough to be covered. So you have to recognize it by knowing how the scar is feeling. When you touch it and you can see it's slowly going flat, that means the recovery process is good. If the scar starts changing color to a natural skin color, the recovery going good. If the scars are still red and pink and erased, they usually usually too soon to do a cover-up, because over the time that scar will change the shape, and if you wait a little bit longer, it will be easier job to cover it and more effective at the same time. So it's individual case. Best is always to ask an artist, do a consultation, and let the artist see how big is the scar, and artists who have experience with scars will tell you if it's ready or not. And now I'll do a little part of the video where I show you how I'm preparing a cover-up of the scar for a specific client. It's a real client that soon will be tattooed, and we're preparing the project to have a plan for the next step. Right, in every case the scar have different shape. So what I have to do first, I have to recognize entire structure of the scars and potential ideas that can go with that structure. So preparation is different every single time, is individual, depends on the preference of the customer, what type of artwork they prefer. I just have to find a way for the artwork to match it with the scars. Because there is a lot of horizontal shapes in this design, horizontal scars, I have to find the designs that includes lots of wood panels, stone stairs that are horizontal as well, and for vertical shapes, different shapes of the trees that will follow up the shape of the scars. So when we're preparing the cover up, there are objects that are good for doing covers and objects that are good to take attention away from the scar. Like in this case, the dragon on the top of the arm. The good cover up is like a camouflage, is a diversion. You have to create something very detailed to do a cover up, and also you need surrounding artwork that is very eye-catchy to take eye away from that cover up. That will create the best mix to be a very effective as a whole composition. Because this scar go all the way down my client's arm, I have to create a matching theme, which in this case is like an oriental, there's a samurai, there's a temple, there's a dragon, everything flows together as a theme and is doing the job as a cover-up. Obviously there will be customers who have completely different types of interests and they like different things, but usually recommended types of the designs that go with the cover-ups in general will be busy designs with lots of flowers, lots of different trees, nature, animals, small animals, fish, like coral reef designs. More busy with many textures or more busy with many colors, the better is for the cover-up. To be successful with these types of a cover-up, the artist must show the enthusiasm and interest that he is willing to do this type of a work. The best first step is to arrange the consultation with the artist and see if the artist actually have an idea what he can do with that.